So now let's study the money multiplier. But before studying money multiplier, we need to pay attention to what we learned previously. Simple money multiplier. Simple money multiplier, if you can recall, equal 1 over required reserve ratio. Or we can write out this equation as 1 over the denominator will be the ratio is the required reserve, the dollar amount, divided by the dollar amount of the deposit. Yeah, we can plug in some number to see what happened here. If the bank get a $100 deposit, and the bank need to keep minimum $10 as a required reserve, so this equal 1 over 10 over 100 is 10%. So the simple money multiplier is 10 based on the 10% required reserve ratios. And then when we derive the simple money multiplier, we use the simple deposit creation process to illustrate how the money is created, or deposit and loan are created in the banking system. But we actually make assumption. The first assumption we make is the bank do not hold the excess reserve. Yeah, if you can go back to the slides, we show the simple money or simple deposit creation process. You can see each bank only keep the minimum required reserve and then lend out the rest of the money. So that's the first assumption we make. And the second assumption is the non-bank public do not hold cash. Yeah, if you can recall, in our example of the simple deposit creation process, everyone after they get loans, they will use the loan to buy equipment, buy stuff, and then pay check. So no one hold cash on hand. So that's the two assumptions we make for a simple deposit creation process. In the real world, are these two assumptions realistic? In the real world, both assumptions are not realistic. Yeah, we know each bank in the real world actually hold certain amount of excess reserve. And the reason is what? They want to hold the excess reserve to keep the liquidity of the bank. If someone comes to withdraw the cash, and they can use the excess reserve to meet the withdrawal request. The second assumption, the non-bank public don't hold cash. But in the real world, we know the public like a household and a business, actually hold cash instead of the putting all the money into the bank account. So the second assumption is not realistic too. So now we release these two assumptions. We change these two assumptions. We make a new assumption is the bank will hold excess reserve and the non-bank public will hold cash. Then what happened to the money multiplier? So that's the new money multiplier we are going to study. It's different from the simple money multiplier we discussed previously. So this equation equals this. The money multiplier, not the simple money multiplier. Money multiplier equaled C over D is the dollar amount of the currency over the dollar amount of the deposit. That's what we call the currency ratio. So this is the ratio plus 1 as a numerator. For the denominator, the first part same as for the denominator, the first part is the same as the numerator. C over D is a currency ratio. And the second part, required reserve, the amount over deposit. That's what? That's required reserve ratio. And the last part is using the excess reserve amount divided by the amount of the deposit. That's called the excess reserve ratio. So if the bank hold excess reserve, if the public hold cash, the money multiplier actually equal this big equation here. So you have to keep in mind this equation. The money multiplier is different from the simple money multiplier. It includes the currency ratio. It includes required reserve ratio. It also includes the assets required, assets reserve ratio.